Hey, it's time for Dish with D. That's me. I just came out of my WW meeting. I guess you're all wondering how I did this week. Blues. Did she stay the same? Was honest tracking good for her? Was it not? Let's look. Like I already know. I am down 2.2. 2.2! Yes, honest tracking works. Who knew? I knew. I just didn't do it. Recipe du jour is banana bread overnight oats. Now, overnight oats is not made in a crock pot, so I'm not quite sure what they mean by this. But maybe they want you to put it in and then go to bed and then have it ready in the morning. That's the only thing I can come up with. And it's 7 points. I put in, as I'm waiting for my meeting to start, I put it in the recipe builder. It's the oats are high in points because they're steel cut, and they're using 1% milk. I mean, you're only getting 2/3 of a cup for 7 points. That's a lot. I mean, that's a lot. I wouldn't give that 2/3 cup of, I mean, I don't mind giving oatmeal 7 points, but not 2/3 of a cup. Just saying. So it's gotta be, you could, try almond milk. I mean, I guess you would keep the oats because in order for them to be in the crock pot, you need them to be. So you would have to cut back maybe on the milk. Now it says 4 ripe large bananas well mashed. I wonder if they're counting that in this as well. I'd be curious to know that, but it doesn't say that here. Because they're supposed to count mashed bananas. I don't. Even on tracking, I wouldn't count a mashed banana. But I don't eat bananas. I'm not a big fan of bananas. I might not put it in there anyway. All right, topic du jour is moving. Yes, it's not really exercise, it's just getting up and moving. So let's see if we can talk about moving. One lady said, motion is the lotion for your joints. And that is so true. Motion is the lotion. A body in motion will stay in motion. As we get older, especially women who are menopausal, we'll worry about osteoporosis and getting joints moving and arthritis. The more we move, the more we'll be able to move. And drink your calcium. I take a calcium pill every day ever since I guess when I started menopause. They recommend that we take our calcium, and I do. And I have to say, moving since I've lost has really, I can move so much better. Absolutely. I couldn't bend, I couldn't stoop, I couldn't climb. I tell you this all the time. But now, they laugh at school because when the kids need their shoes tied, I would always find, like during recess, like one of the bigger kids, they tie their shoes. Now, Mrs. Mulrain ties her shoes because I can. And that's a great feeling. They never looked at me funny when I said it. It was just like, you do what the adult tells you. It's just don't. But now I do it, and I bend right down. You're talking, 5 and 6 year olds. I bend right down to them, and I tie their shoes. And watches, mine tells me if I've sat too long, it tells me to get up. It's good. I drink a lot, so I'm always up anyway, especially when I'm in the recliner. I don't know if you realize when you put your legs up, it releases. I'm always going to the bathroom. So that's another tip from District D. When you have your green tea, put your feet up. You're going to be in that bathroom all night. Absolutely. So it's not telling you that you have to exercise. It's just telling you just to keep moving. And I know a lot of us have jobs where we can't. If you work behind a desk, somebody works at my meeting at a call center. She has to be next to the phone. She can't get up. And we're talking 8 to 10 hour shifts of not being able to get up. That, your back, your joints, but you try, you can at least get up and stand. You don't have to get up and walk. If you get up and stand and stretch, you can do a couple, what do they call that? Where like lunges or squats. That's one for squats. Get them joints moving. Your body doesn't like to stay sedentary. It likes to move. Like a bit. But honest tracking has paid off. So if everybody honest track, we'd all do good. Motion is good, movement is good. And the bottom line is, if you can't move right now because you just started your journey, you will get there. And I tell this to everybody, I was not a walker. I was very sedentary. My butt got big. You sit on your butt, it flattens out. But I'm telling you, the more weight you lose, the better you feel, the more you want to walk and move, because you feel good. And when you feel good, good things happen. And it's hard. The journey is hard. And you just take it meal by meal, and you just do one day at a time. You don't look too far ahead, because you just need to live in the present, because that's all you can do. You can't worry about tomorrow. You can only worry about today. You do the best you can, and you will see results. It might not be as quick as we want them. They never are as quick as we want them, let's face it. But you put your work in, you will see results. I guarantee it. Like I said, it might not be tomorrow, it might not be next week, but you will see results. I mean, I look at it this way. What was I doing anyway? I was in no rush to go anywhere. I take my time. I do what I can do. And, here I am sitting. It's been over 2 years, 2.5 years I've been on this journey. And some people can bang it out in less time. And I guess I could have too if I put more effort. But I didn't, I didn't want it to be a contest. I didn't want it to be a timeline. I wanted me to just segue into eating better and healthier and getting more exercise, where I'm not feeling like I'm being deprived. Because once I start feeling deprived, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to feel sorry for myself. I'm going to make myself feel bad. I'm going to make myself feel like I'm missing stuff. And that's not what I wanted to do. I did not want to feel like I'm missing out, because if I'm missing out, I'm going to want what I'm missing. And then that's not good. And then where am I going to be? I'm going to be right back where I started, and miserable. And I didn't want that. So I thought, you know what? I'm not going to sit there and say, I'm going to do this in X amount of time. Because at my age, I don't know how long it would take me anyway, to be honest. I'm not a young kid. I'm 53. Back then I was 50. Well, I was 49 when I started. So yeah, I guess it's a little over 3 years now. So yeah, I remember I was going to turn 50 that year when I started, and I wanted to just, I'm here, I'm going to be 50, and I feel like crap, and I look like crap, and I needed to do something, and I did it. Well, I'm doing it, and I've never felt better, and I'm older than I've ever been, obviously, and I say this with the deepest, if I can do it, you can do it, because you see my journey. I'm certainly not perfect. I love to eat. I am 100% Italian, and I love food, and I will always love food, and food will always play a big part of my life, and a big part of my childhood was food, and recipes, and comfort food, and things that I made when I was a kid, and I want to continue to eat them. I'm not going to not have them. I have to just find a way to make them better, healthier, and fit them in, because they're going to be, I am never not going to eat bread. Like carbs from last week, I'm never not going to have carbs. Never. I don't understand. I can't wrap myself around people who don't eat carbs. I could do it for a very short period of time, but if I did, that's not how I want to live the rest of my life. I'm not going to give up everything for what? To be thin? Nah, heck no. That's why being thin was never part of my journey, and that's why I don't like the saying nothing tastes as good as skinny or thin feels, because that's not part of who I am. It shouldn't be part of who anybody is. If you're heavy, thin should never be a priority. It's not. You always want to be healthy. You want to be normal, and that's what I project on here: normalcy. I just want to be normal, and right now I am normal, and I would love to stop right here, but I have 7 pounds to lose. 7. Wow, that's insane. 7 pounds is, when I think about where I started, having lose 115. 7 pounds is nothing. It's something. Don't get me wrong, it's something, but I looked at the bottom of that hole and looked up and couldn't see the top. Now I'm at the top. I'm sitting on the top with my elbows. I need to pull the rest of my butt up. So that's where I'm at. And I'm sitting, looking over the hole I was in, thinking, oh, I don't ever want to go back down that hole. I can't go back down that hole, and I won't allow myself to go back down that hole. So I'm here for you guys. You guys are here for me, and I love our community. And you know what? We're gonna do it together. We're gonna do it. We're all gonna hit our goals. And I always try to say this a million times: make small goals, as opposed to like when I walked in there have to lose 115 pounds. I didn't sit there and say, well, that's my goal. My goal was to just lose 2 pounds, lose another 2.5 pounds to get to 5 pounds, and then I would do the next pound and a half. I would just make it small, so I would feel victorious, and I was victorious, and it felt so good every week to hit goals. And I never felt bad about myself. I never felt like I wasn't doing it fast enough. I was doing it at my pace, and here I am, and I'm here. And it's funny to say that because I never thought I'd be here. If you asked me 115 pounds ago, it felt impossible, and I couldn't look at it. I could not look at that picture because I knew that would set me mentally off. So I did take it meal by meal. That's all you can do. I do the best that I can. Some weeks I have good weeks, and some weeks I have not so good weeks. Now today we're going out to a place. It's called Tortilla Press. We'll have some challenges at lunch. We'll have some challenges. But they do have brunch, so I'm hopeful. I'll go, if it's still, they still have brunch. We're going there at 2 o'clock. Brunch is till 3, so I think I could get breakfast. And that won't be as bad as, you know. And then I always ask them to hold the cheese, because that's where a lot of the points are in a place like that, is cheese and sour cream. So, and I got to stay away from the chip bowl. Because you all know me and the chip bowl. We have a love-hate relationship. Because homemade chips are the bomb. And the only reason I'm not going to indulge in chips today is because I found out we're actually taking my son out to dinner. That's 2 meals out. So, yeah, if it wasn't for taking him out because he's home from school, I would indulge in the chips. So that is why I have to cut back. And I think we're going to one of my favorite diners who has an extensive vegan menu. And I am not vegan, but their menu is awesome. And let's preface this, but not all vegan food is low in points. So I'm probably going to have the hummus bowl. They have a salad with a big plop of hummus and vegetables, and that's my favorite. And I get the pita bread, and I just scoop in the cucumbers and the peppers. I have a grand old time, and I find that to be awesome. In fact, that's what I'm going to make. I might just make that tomorrow I'm home, right? Making pulled pork, because he leaves tomorrow to go back to school, but he'll be home for dinner, and he wanted pulled pork. So I'm going to make a big old pulled pork, and I'm going to make some homemade hummus, I think. And some homemade lavash chips, because they are my fave. If you've not made homemade lavash chips, you need to. You can get a whole sheet. I get mine at BJ's because they have the big ones, and it's 2 points, and I make about 35 crackers out of it. Best. In fact, my son likes it. So, you know, I'm moving on. Another, I'm promising you again, another honest week of tracking. Let's see if we can do this. I will say it was hard this week. Absolutely, it was hard. It made me mindful of things that I normally would throw in my mouth. And like I said, I'm not throwing candy bars in my mouth. I'm throwing like a couple of almonds here and there. Maybe what else do I throw in my mouth? Pretzels, the mini pretzels. The bags are 1 point. Yeah, I might have a bag and not count it. Just saying. But this week I counted every parcel of food that went into this pie hole, went in my phone, and I used my points up every day, because yeah, I could do less points. Say I went to 13 or 15, maybe I'd lose more. But then when I go to 23, then it's like, yeah, you're gaining. That's what's going to happen. So that's why I stay at my 23 points, and I highly recommend everybody stay at their 23 points, because 23 points a day was designed for you to lose weight. That's just, you know, enough said on that note. I know a lot of people eat less. Just remember, you're always going to have to eat less. And if that's how you want to live the rest of your life, then go to it. But that's not how I'm going to, I won't be able to maintain that. Ever. Girlfriend likes to eat. And that hasn't changed. Has not changed at all. So here I am home. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Let me hear how your honest tracking week went. I'm excited to hear. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. And remember, tomorrow night, it's Tea with D at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to talk. We're going to dish. We're going to dish tea with D. I'm going to talk everything weight loss related, give some tips. I'm going to tell you about my bread experiment. Have to wait for that. All right, guys. See ya tomorrow night.